Hi there, John McCann here, and I've got the OnePlus 3 review for you right now, right here. If you're wondering what this is, I got in a fight, in the middle of the fight between an Android and an Apple fan. I mean, it turned out worse for the other two guys. This is all I came away with, but safe to say, I sorted it out. So here we have it, the new OnePlus 3. I'm going to kick off the review with design, and now OnePlus has reinvented the design for the OnePlus 3. I say reinvented in terms of its previous handsets. If I flip it over, it does look suspiciously familiar. If you've owned the HTC One M9, the sort of slightly curved rear, the antenna bands, the little line down from the band to the camera, that's all very HTC. The camera module itself, the sort of squared volcanic protrusion, that's quite Samsung Galaxy S6, and obviously the sort of brushed aluminium finish and the curved edges is slightly iPhone-y. So OnePlus has definitely taken some tips, some pointers, borrowed some design from some of the other manufacturers, and to be honest, everyone seems to be doing it now. And it's a design that I really like. Flipping around to the front, you've got a big 5.5-inch Full HD display. That's the same res as last year's OnePlus 2, but the difference is this is AMOLED. So it's brighter, it's more colourful, it just looks better. OnePlus has tweaked it, something it's calling Optic AMOLED, deeper blacks, richer reds, which it believes is a better viewing experience. Day-to-day usage, you're not really going to see much of a difference. A little bit of movie playback, stuff can look a little red at times, but I'm really stressing it is very minimal, so it's not really going to cause a problem. On the front, you've got this nice oval home cue, which doubles as a fingerprint scanner, which is really, really fast. OnePlus is saying 0.2 to 0.3 seconds to unlock, quicker than Touch ID on the iPhone. I'll show you just how quick that is. Bang, you're in. I'll do that again one more time. Bang, you're in. It really quick, really nice, works every time. I've not had issues like last year on the OnePlus 2. It wasn't quite as responsive. Jumping on screen, and you've got Android Marshmallow with OnePlus's Oxygen OS interface on the top. Now, it looks basically like stock Android here. I've got all my apps, look at them all, lovely. But OnePlus has added some extra tweaks. If I slide from left to right, you get Shelf. This is a place to put widgets. It will display your top contacts. It will show your favorite apps. You can take memos and reminders in there. It's a nice little hub for your life. I personally didn't use it much, but it's there if you want it. Quick settings bar, there's invert colors, which makes everything just look absolutely mental. I don't know why anyone would want to do that, but it's there if you want to go crazy. Something else which is really cool is gestures. If I draw a circle on the locks on the screen, it will automatically boot up camera. If I do the same thing but do a V, it turns on the light at the back. And if I do V again, it will turn it off. Nice little simple features. Okay, not life-changing, but they are handy at times. In terms of performance, the OnePlus 3 is really good. It's got a Snapdragon 820 processor inside. That's the same chip you'll find in the LG G5, the HTC 10, and the North American variant Galaxy S7. So, loads of power, and that's backed up by an absolute massive 6 gig of RAM, 6 gig. That's more than all its other sort of high-end flagship rivals currently on the market. It's an insane amount. Do we really need it at the moment? No. Does it make a huge amount of difference to day-to-day performance? Not that I can see. That doesn't mean this is bad though, it is very quick. So apps load really quickly, and multitasking is another improvement. There's clear all at the bottom of the multitasking menu, there's app management, and there's also in the middle a clean all, which not only kills your background apps, it kills all background processors, freeing up all the RAM and letting you hopefully get a little bit more battery life as well. Moving on to the camera of the OnePlus 3, and on the rear you've got a 16 megapixel camera from Sony. That includes phase detection, autofocus, dynamic denoise, HDR, HD mode. So there's a load of nice tricks behind the scenes that OnePlus says makes it really difficult to take a bad photo with the OnePlus 3. Now, it is still possible to take a bad photo with the OnePlus 3, don't get me wrong, but it can take some decent photos too. Is it Galaxy S7 levels of quality? No. It's not going to be as good as that. It is a solid shooter though, but it's not going to be the best camera on the market. There are better out there. The LG G5 is another excellent one, and if you play around enough with the HTC 10, you can get some lovely photos from that. The 8 megapixel front-facing camera is relatively decent for selfies if you're into that thing. If you wave your hand over the camera on the front of the phone, it shows up a black and white display showing you the time, the date, any alarms and any notifications. I'm not very popular at the moment. It's something that I find really useful when it's lying on my desk if I just want to quickly check the time, or if I've got any notifications, just a quick wipe over with my hand, and I can see really easy without having to touch any buttons, really sort of stop what I'm doing. It's a very handy feature. It's something we've already seen from Motorola with their active display, so this isn't something new in terms of innovation from OnePlus, but it's nice to see on the OnePlus 3. Moving on to battery life on the OnePlus 3, and OnePlus is more than happy to say that you'll get a full day's use from a single charge. There's no day and a half, there's no 2 days that some of its rivals are trying to suggest that you can get. And to be fair, you're not going to get more than a day on the OnePlus 3 with moderate usage. I'm still finding myself having to turn on power saving mode at 15% come early evening to get me all the way through to bedtime. But it will last from about 7 AM to 11 PM at night. It will just about go the distance, which is good enough. And to be honest, it's on par with other flagships on the market. Instead of using Qualcomm's Quick Charge 3.0, which comes as part of the Snapdragon 820 chip in the phone, OnePlus has decided to use its own charging technology to keep this topped up really quick. That means you can get 60% of the battery life back in just half an hour charge, but you do have to use the dash charger block and cable that come in the box with your OnePlus 3. They are included, there's no optional price to get those, so that's really good. Something OnePlus has included on the OnePlus 3, which was missing from the OnePlus 2, is NFC. The contactless technology means you'll be able to use Android Pay if your country supports it, which is really good news. That was one of the major omissions from the OnePlus 2 last year. People weren't too happy, so it's good to see OnePlus has added it this time around. Something which people may not be so pleased about is OnePlus has continued to ignore expandable storage. There is no micro SD slot on this phone. You do get a dual SIM port, but there's no expandable storage. All you get is 64 gigabytes internal storage. There's no other variants in terms of size, so it's that one or that or nothing else. It will cost you $399 US or £309. So there you have it. That is the OnePlus 3 video review. If you want even more in-depth information, check out my review on the Tech Radar website. I go into full detail on all the sections there, giving you loads more info. For me though, this phone is really, really good. I really like it. If you're looking for a top-end smartphone but can't afford the prices of Apple, HTC, LG, Samsung and co, then the OnePlus 3 really gives you a great option. The design, as I say, I can't speak highly enough about it. It's really nice and premium. There's loads of power on board. There's a decent feature set. Okay, it's not going to beat in terms of screen and camera its rivals, but it's a really good solid phone with lots going for it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Really want to hear what you have to say. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to watch next time. Thank you very much for tuning in. Bye bye.